Okay, hello. How is everyone? Good to be here once again. And today is 2nd of August and it is a Friday. So welcome to the weekend, everybody. Hope you are getting ready for another fantastic weekend. Looking good here for everybody in the UK. Before we get into the chair, let's just talk a little bit about Onpassive. And obviously today we saw Kevin Rutledge on Shine the Light. He did a fantastic job. And whilst we're talking about Kevin, big thank you to you, big man, for doing the thumbnails for In the Chair. He's been beavering behind the scenes for everybody so that I can post this out on YouTube. So big thank you to you, big man, to Kevin Rutledge, and congratulations today on being in the chair. One bit of Onpassive news I have for you today is that I noticed if you are a follower on Instagram of Supercars Magilist, they've released a very short reel video today. And right at the beginning, you will notice that the Onpassive sticker is being placed on one of those supercars. So if you are on Instagram, go and check it out, and it's on Supercars Magilist. Okay, so that's all I've got as far as Onpassive is concerned at the moment. But as always, if we have any new information for you, I will certainly bring it out and let you know. Without further ado, then, change to the schedule. Comfort. She was meant to be on today, but she's got a appointment with the doctors for one of her children, so can't make it. And guess what? The amazing Jane Redfern, wife of Mr. Redfern here, has stepped up to the plate and decided to come on. So without further ado, let me bring in Jane Redfern. Hello, Jane. How are you?
Hi, everyone. Hi. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you and we can see you. So fantastic for you to step up and come on to this little chat show we're doing at the moment whilst we're waiting on Onpassive for In the Chair. And it is my privilege and pleasure to interview you for this one here.
It so is.
Isn't it? Jane actually said to me before we came on, so what's the format then? What do I have to do? And is it light-hearted and all the rest? I said, don't you worry. You just follow my lead. So then, Jane, before we get into Onpassive and talk about that, tell everyone out there a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and a few of the things you have done so far.
First of all, comfort, sweetheart. I hope everything goes all right for you today. And did I step up to the plate? I'm not quite sure. I saw Red's little sad face this morning and couldn't resist to say, well, look, if you need a stand-in, I don't mind being second best. So what do you want to know about me? Well, obviously, everyone knows a lot. Most Onpassivians know me anyway. I am Red's wife, sidekick, better half, partner in crime. You can call me any of those. I don't mind. I'm from up north in the UK, so I have a fairly northern accent. You may not recognise it. A lot of people do. I'm 58. I know you're shocked, aren't you?
I am. You don't. Maybe I'm doing the proper thing here. You don't look it, you know.
Good answer. Correct. And I am 59 quite shortly, actually, next month. So that makes me the big fat 60 next year. And am I going to celebrate? Hell yeah. Absolutely. A privilege denied to many. So I will be putting up the flags. And if you're in my vicinity, you're more than welcome to join me. I think I might regret that.
I think you might do. Yeah, we've Jane's already in the throes of getting her 60th celebrations underway, even before she's 59. Nothing like preparation.
I know, but I am an organizer, and I'm an organizer. What can I say?
I know. So Jane, obviously you've been a huge part of Onpassive for a very long time now. And do you want to just enlighten us all of those early days in Onpassive when Red got involved, and what were your thoughts about Onpassive when he started on this journey?
Honestly, my first thought was not again. We'd been through the mill a little bit with various online things, and Red had his fingers burnt, which essentially made it was the same for me, because obviously he was in a bad place because he'd had his fingers burnt many times. With a few people that we know on here, you already know these people, and you'd gone down some various routes and had come away less fortunate than when you started. So when he mentioned Onpassive, my first thing, not that I'm a demanding person, no, I'm not, Richard. I said, this is the last thing. This is the last thing we're doing, and whatever happens, we're going to see this through to the end. And who knew 6 years down the line we would still be here? And I don't regret it one bit, to be honest. I've made some back in the day, we used to do fireside chats, which was my first introduction to talking to people in Onpassive, and I got to know people like Alicia Maguire and Andy Burks and all the lovely people, mainly in the UK at that time, and of course with the exception of Marty DeGarmo, because Chris Johnson was merely a twinkle back then. So we used to talk to each other on a weekend, and Red would sit, we lived in Spain at the time, Red would sit inside, I would sit outside, and we would chat to people. And that was my first introduction to Onpassive. And I obviously listened to Ash, and I know it's just diverse. And I ended up with the 2 dogs in my room, just as a matter of interest, Richard. Lovely, thank you for that. And hey guys, and I listened to Ash, and in my opinion, he sounded honest. I liked him. I liked his face. I liked his mannerisms, and I liked to think that where he was coming from was from a good place and from the heart. And we're massive on that. So we'd had our fingers burnt so many times, we decided, let's go down this route, and here we are. And I don't regret a single day of it, really.
Fantastic. Well, it's really good to hear. And as we both know, actually, there's not many couples, I suppose, in Onpassive who are prominent and together, I suppose, as far as the general public is concerned. And I am extremely proud to have you by my side along on this Onpassive journey. And it really has been quite a journey so far, hasn't it? You know, we've had our fair share of ups and downs along the road, but it certainly makes the goal that much sweeter when we get to it. And I mean, we talk at length between ourselves about Onpassive, and I really do believe that gives both of us that positivity and encouragement to keep pushing forward as far as Onpassive is concerned, because everybody naturally has ups and downs, and
definitely.
If you've got somebody alongside you that you can speak about your worries, your concerns, then it really does benefit both parties to be able to have a sounding board, I suppose, at the end of the day, of worries or concerns. And you sometimes just need to have that reaffirmation of what is the right thing to do. And that is one thing that's always stood true in the Redfern household, isn't it? That we know we are doing the right thing here.
Yes.
So
100%.
talking of the right thing, Jane, obviously we know that the monetary side of Onpassive is assured. To what extent, we certainly don't know. But have you got any personal goals as far as the money is concerned of what you are looking to do?
Yeah, of course. Like everyone, I suppose we've got our, I'd like to, I mean, Ash always says family first. So personally, I'd like to relieve our youngest daughter of her student loan, which grows by the day, even though she's paying it off. It's a travesty, really, that she's paid for her own education and the government have shifted the goalposts 100 times. And I don't know if she'll ever pay it till the day she dies, bless her. So that would be that's my first aim. And my second aim is to get our eldest daughter driving, because whilst they both work, I suppose bluntly, they can't afford driving lessons, and I would like to get my eldest daughter driving and get her a small vehicle. Personally, for me and Red, me and you, I don't know that we need much, do we? We might need a bit more space. You know, I'm in the bedroom right now and Red's in the lounge. There isn't a lot between us, you know, and we live on a small boat. For anyone that thinks Red's coining it in, not so. So we live on a boat, and that's our choice. That's our choice, by the way. And we, you know, we're going to move on the boat next week. We're going to go to a different pasture just for a different change of scenery, and we are lucky in that respect. But I always say to Red, if he's down, or I always say we are really blessed. We don't have a lot of anything hanging over us. You know, we've been savvy, I guess, if you like, but that doesn't mean we've got a lot of income. It just means that we've been savvy and we've chosen for want of a better word, a simple life. Much to the chagrin of Red's father, I dare I say, that when we said this is what we were going to do, he was a little bit like, what are you going to do with the rest of your lives? But now I think he appreciates that we chose the simple option early on so that we can enjoy ourselves and go around and do things and make memories, and whilst we've got the energy and, you know, the wherewithal and the health, I guess. I mean, you all know that my mum has dementia, and God, I don't want to be in that position. I want to live. Hence, I'm trying to organise the party of the century for next year. Much to everyone's disgust. My daughter says, "Mum, you know, I've got 2 birthdays before that, don't you?" And they just take the mickey out of me, but I don't. It's fine, you know. But no, first and foremost, my 2 girls. Secondly, us. And travel. I'd like to meet some of these lovely people out there. Desperate to meet Marty and Dawn, desperate to meet Chris Johnson. He probably doesn't believe me, but I am desperate to punch him in the arm. And just so many people. I'd like to a big get together. Susie McRae, we've said that we're going to go meet her. You know, I'd also might like to meet more people in the UK, but obviously travel costs, so we have to wait and prioritize, I think.
Fantastic. I always say the same thing all the time, is that I'm not rich, but my life is.
Yeah,
and I think
absolutely.
the choice that we've collectively made for our lifestyle, I mean, at the end of the day, we live in a boat that is in all essence and purposes 7 foot wide by 58 foot long. And that is everything that we own is within that area. So it is a very simple life. It's certainly not a life for everybody, but the freedom that it brings is, for me, having the outdoor lifestyle and getting up and going when, you know, as we know at the moment, where we are have a permanent mooring in Gloucester Basin here, the seagulls have hatched and there's chicks all over the place, and it is noisy.
It's really noisy about 4 o'clock in the morning, every morning.
So it gets to a stage where you're thinking, I've got to get out of here. Hence why we're going on Tuesday. So
I mean, you may agree, I think our biggest indulgence is probably coffee.
Yeah, on a daily basis we go to the same Italian coffee house, and although it's not a huge amount of money, but it's a daily occurrence, it is basically £6 English for 2 coffees every single day. We take the dogs, we kick back, I walk the dogs, and we have a nice cup of coffee once a day, and that is our indulgence. Now, if that's high life living,
we're guilty.
Yeah, we're guilty.
Guilty as charged.
It certainly is, but
definitely.
I could certainly give up most things in my life, but a nice cup of coffee on a daily basis certainly isn't one of them. That's for sure.
Absolutely, I agree.
and especially at this time of year when the weather is good, we can sit outside and people watch, and it is a nice experience. In that early time, we're always there for around about 8 a.m. and a lot of people are walking to work, and there we are sat there having a coffee, going, I'm glad I haven't got to do that.
We are blessed, aren't we? And we are, I know we're lucky in the respect that when you talk about money and apples and stuff, we can say money now, can't we? But we are not depending on that to lift us out of any mess, if you like. You know, it's all going to be extra and put to really good use and enrich our lives, obviously, because you've earned that, you know, so much. You've earned that, you know, you've been trailblazing Ash for 6 years, and you've earned every dollar that you are going to potentially earn. So absolutely, we're going to treat ourselves. Well, I'm treating myself. I don't know about you.
Well, if you're treating yourself, that means I come along for the ride, metaphorically.
There you go.
So winner for Mr. Redfern here, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
So we've heard from our CEO over the last sort of 3 or 4 weeks on a weekly basis. How important to you is it that we have that contact with Ash on a weekly basis whilst we are going through this restructuring and migration of the company?
I think it's massive, actually. As everyone knows, I always sit in the background and listen. I don't partake much, but I listen, and I'm a regular for that. But I feel that it's really important because, like me and you, who have been, I hate the word scammed, but we have, and it's really important because back in the day we gave money to people we never even saw. We didn't. There was no face to that name. So for me, the very fact that Ash puts himself on the parapet, to me, is massive, you know, and that instills all my trust and confidence in him. Yeah, we've taken a few blips. I mean, you know, hasn't Twitter been rebranded? Haven't things get rebranded or whatever that's coming? I don't know what's coming our way, but I'm not scared. I'm not worried. No, I'm not. If it's taking longer, then it's taking longer. We've lasted this long. But I do agree, it is important to see him. And also you can tell, you know, I think sometimes I feel a little bit sorry for Ash. Sometimes I want to reach out and give him a hug because the pressure he must be under is immense. But at no point has he got on a horse and ridden away, you know, or got in one of these nice cars and driven off. No, he still shows up. And even if it's not always good news, he shows up. And I think, yes, I do think it's important because I do feel that there might be a lot of people out there right now stressing, going, oh, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, you know. And isn't that why Ash started in the first place? Because he knew and he recognizes there are so many people out there who have been lost good money after bad, I think, and we hold our hands up. We've been those fools, if you want to call us that. So I think the fact that he keeps showing up is I think he deserves a massive pat on the back for that, because he's saying come hell or high water, we're going to get to the finish line. And he must be exhausted at times, you know. He's got a family as well. I think we don't forget that, but I think a lot of people forget he's just a human like the rest of us. So I personally like to see him, obviously, like many people out there, and if he just shows his face while things are migrating or whatever, I think that's it. It instills people with confidence. So yes, I do think it's important.
Fantastic. I mean, my viewpoint has always been the same, is that the reason I did other projects or things online is because I had a dream. You know, I had dreams of what I wanted to try and achieve for myself and my family and change things, you know, for the better. And those dreams get crushed
Yes.
very often because basically people aren't honest, people aren't upfront, and they are there just to take your money and they don't care about individuals. And along comes our CEO, Ash Mufareh, who completely turns that on his head, doesn't he? You know, the easy option for him, certainly on this Onpassive journey, would be to walk away and to do something on his own where he hasn't got to look after the early adopters and affiliates and customers within the business. But one thing I certainly always hold on to within Onpassive is the company's there, so my dream is alive.
Absolutely.
And for me, that is the reassurance that I need for me to continue to go forward. My dream is well and truly alive because the company is still there. And that is very, very important to me. And like you said, seeing Ash on a regular basis, regardless of the unpleasantness that he is going through at the moment, regardless of everything from every area that he is having to endure at the moment to make the company go forward. I know that he is doing it because it's the right thing, because of us. And this to me gives me an awful lot of confidence for the future. That's for sure.
Yeah.
If he's prepared to go this extra mile and do what he's doing for us, it means that my future is assured with Onpassive in one way, shape or form. You know, we don't know yet the full details. He has promised us, by the way, hasn't he, that he will divulge the warts and all details of what has been going on when he's available to do that. But I really still believe there is some very, very exciting times ahead with Onpassive. You know, we know such a small amount of the behind the scenes. We can guess, surmise of what is going to be happening. I really don't think we're far away now from the restructuring and migration to have run its course. The site was down a couple of days ago. They were working in the background. It came back up again. The domain names all still there. There's no problem at all. So I really do think that things are moving ahead, and that it's not going to be long now before things are going to turn the corner, and we're back in business, and we will be able to do what Onpassive has been promised to us. So Jane, a few passing words from you, please, before we close this down. And thank you once again for you coming on today to fill in the shoes of
it's like Monday fun day.
Yeah, I know, but without the fun bit.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
I will go into the chat afterwards to say hello to you lovely people.
Yeah.
But a few passing words by you, Jane.
I'll tell you these are two things. First of all, I'll tell you what sets Ash apart from other people. He sees you as a human. He sees Marty as a human. He sees Chris as a human, and all these people, he sees them as people that matter. And you're not a number. You're not on a spreadsheet. You are. It's personal. It's personal to Ash. It's now personal. This is personal. And that's how I see him come across. He's made it personal because he believes in you guys, and I think he's ever grateful for you guys constantly spreading the good word. And I think that it's become personal to him now. I think he's going to make it work. Whatever's coming, I don't think he will ever stop until everybody is happy and gets what they are owed and due, and Onpassive can just keep on rolling. And I think that's the difference here. We've been in businesses where you are just a number, you know, but I think Ash loves you guys. I think he's going to make it his business to make it make everything come good. So I have no worries in that. And my other thing is, I think I've got a bracelet that says dream, believe, achieve on it. And I think you've still got to dream, you've still got to believe, and you will achieve. And I think that's I love that saying, because without you dreaming, what's the point? And without you believing, what would be the point? You know, and then you are going to achieve. So I feel that for me, that's the way my mantra on it. So here I am. What are you making us for tea?
I don't know, actually. I haven't got that far, but I've got some nice stem broccoli and fine green beans. So
we're going
we'll
all
sort something
healthy.
else out, don't we? Well, Jane Redfern, thank you so much for stepping up. You've been absolutely amazing, and I think everybody out there will agree. You are not only a fantastic speaker, even though you don't think you are, but you certainly are. But you're also an amazing person. So once again, thank you to you.
I'd love to see what's in the chat.
Yeah, well, hang around, and I'm just going to go over to the chat now to give it my best shot at saying hello to some of you lovely people out there. Let's start with, obviously, the tea clubbers, all in green. So we'll start with Gina Lever and Sandina Samanek. We've also got Ivy Mix. You are there. Amira Queener. Curtis Strickland is in the house as well. Thank you guys for your continued support on a monthly basis. Really does make an awful lot of difference to Jane and I. Minnow Miller is there along with Listra T. Thank you guys. We've also got, who else have we got in there? David Schweitzer and M. Cayley. Thank you. You guys. Stephen Brocklehurst is there. Tea Club in it. Jane has been demoted, Steve, yeah, to the boardroom cupboard. The lovely Fatima is there as well, and Christina Crashella, hello to you. Michelle Champagne, hello to you as well, who is Tea Club in it. We'll move over, and the lovely Fatima as well. Let's move over. We've got Ken Pringle, Cynthia Deering, Kushu Pegu, and Vulcan. Lynn Nakamoto is there. Regards, please, and I hope Rob is getting better. Kiana McLaughlin and Taryn Yar. Who else have we got? Listra T is Tea Club in it. Barry Dang is Tea Club in it. Hi to you guys. Cynthia Deering, Abdullah NK and Cheryl Bass, Shah Nuwas and Chandan Majudar, I think that is. Medina.
Not bad.
I know. Turan Yar, Michael C, Joe Sordo from Portugal, and we've also got David Rasalski. Anthony Henderson, hello to you. Port Gottlob. We've got Najaraj Gossiver, I haven't said hello to you. David Schweitzer is Tea Club in it. Narelle is up late, hi to you. Robert Rehos and Laurie Lunn. Pretty Hendry is Tea Club in it. Stephanie Morrison, hello to you. Sunil Dunaraka, maybe. Virginia DeSando is in the house. Gemma Ramaki, hello to you. Michael Morse and Rose Montel from South Africa, hello to you. Kushal Pegu. Rajiv, hello. Panday, maybe. Bimal Das. Sherry Durswer is in the house. And who else have we got? Ivy Mix is Tea Club in it, if I haven't said hello to you. Jan Hangir. Alam, hi to you. Kiana McLaughlin, hello. And James Hawkins is in the house as well. Medina S. Tamron Yara, if I haven't said hello to you. Couple more then, and then we are out of here. We shall do Krista Grazier, Tea Club in it. Sanjan Kumar Pandan, Tapia Matlik, and Shannon Majid Dudar, probably not. Martin Pierre, and the last one, I know, I murdered it. Last one then, we'll go to the lovely Pat Parent. There you go. Sorry if I've completely annihilated your name.
Put your name down, guys. Sorry, I'm going to interrupt. Put your name down, guys. It's really painless. He's not a bad host. He's very kind. So it's really
I have tried my very best to people's names. But yes, once again, guys, if you want to come on to In the Chair with myself, Redfern, and you are from UK, Europe, then you are more than welcome to come on. Get me on Messenger or redfern7@gmail.com, and we will slot you in. I'll be running this obviously until things start getting going again. So it's only going to be a short amount of window time for it until I'll start doing my daily lives and updates as I was before. But that's it from us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Been great to see you all here. Marty DeGamo is in here as well somewhere, apparently.
Hi, Marty.
Hello, Marty DeGamo. Good to see you here in the house. Anyway, guys, that's it from us. Have fun out there, and we will see you on Monday Fun Day. Nothing over the weekend.
Glad to be of assistance.
No, nothing over the weekend, guys. I'm back on the markets again for the final weekend this summer until we hit the winter period. So that's it from